Hey, what's going on guys? Today we are going over some of the best unmarked locations to land right at the beginning of a game in Fortnite. Before we get into today's video, make sure to comment down the most common place for you to land in Fortnite currently. As of right now, I will be showing the location in the game today, but one of my personal favorites is the warehouses right above Flush Factory. I would tell you guys why, but we will get into that a little bit later on in today's video. Also guys, I'm giving away 1,000 V-Bucks to a lucky winner. To enter, all what you have to do is subscribe, turn on post notifications, and go click the first link in the description. That is to a Twitter page with the giveaway. Make sure to go enter. Keep in mind throughout this video, you guys may know every single one of these locations. These locations are personal, some of my favorite landing locations for different parts of the map. Maybe if you want to do some PvP, so you may know all of these, you may land here yourselves. But without further ado, let's get right on in to today's video. To begin, the first location is what I like to call warehouses. Other people like to call it factories as well, but it is a little northeast from Flush Factory. Now this place is getting more commonly known by the day, but every time I land here, there is either nobody or just only like one or two people who land here with me. In this specific game that I recorded this, the plane flew almost directly over warehouses, and when I landed here, there was only one other person here with me. Which what makes this spot so unique. Since it is unmarked, a lot of people underestimate it and they just decide not to land here overall, but this is a very good place to land to get a good start. Now what is insane about this place, there is 14 chest spawns, so there is a chance to get 14 chests here. That is like Tilted Towers alone. There's also 3 shopping cart spawn locations to get you to different points in the map quickly, as well as over 10 pallets, which is easily over 1,000 wood. The more you land at this location, the better you will get at knowing these buildings. All of these buildings, they are kind of just copied and pasted around the map, so some of them may look familiar, some of them may not be. Luckily, when I landed here, there was actually like a bot that landed with me, and he did not even see me somehow when I was standing on top of this door frame. I don't know like if he was waiting for me to run in or something, but I had an easy kill on him. After looting up this place, I like to look at the map where the zone actually is, because occasionally the zone will circle around warehouses, but that is very rare. If I do see the zone ending on the west side of the map, there is like a motel with a giant chair a little northwest from Flush Factory. That is one of my most favorite places to go if the zone is on that side. But if the circle is tilting more towards the east side of the map, you could easily cross the ravine, go into Fatal Fields, and you will even have more PvP there, maybe run up to Salty Springs. This location also does spawn a vending machine, which is very helpful because there is a ton of wood, a ton of brick, and a ton of metal to get anything from any vending machine. On to the next location. I like to call this a location just the abandoned buildings. It is just straight north from Pleasant Park, and literally nobody lands here either. Of course, occasionally there will be like 1 or 2 other people that will land here with you, but every time I land here, nobody lands here with me. The plane was pretty close to this location and nobody landed. This place isn't that bad on loot as well. It can spawn up to 5 chests, and there's actually a chest route I will be showing you with a total of 12. As well as spawning here, there are 0 shopping cart spawn locations sadly, but there is Pleasant Park right below, which has more, and you could also go down to Pleasant Park for some PvP action. Looting up this town is fairly simple. You could do it in like a counterclockwise formation or even just a clockwise formation, go back and forth. This is a very easy town to loot, and you could easily keep track of what houses you have looted. Almost every single time when I'm in this specific building, I always find a bolt action sniper, and in this case I did end up finding one myself. I think I found a total of 3 bolt action snipers at one time at this location once. Sadly, this place is like a hit or miss. You could either get all 5 chest spawns or possibly even like 1 or 2. In this case, I only had like a total of 2 out of 5 chest spawns, I believe. Overall, not a very bad town, and you could easily run over to Pleasant Park just straight over the hill, and by the time you loot up this entire abandoned town, you will be able to wipe out the rest of the people in Pleasant. If you decide not to go down to Pleasant Park, if you go a little east, you will find the abandoned house on the hill as well as a motel. The house on the hill will spawn up to 1 chest, as well as the motel will spawn up to 6. Since the battle bus did end up flying straight over the motel as well as this abandoned house, it was sadly looted at this point. But not too far from the house was the motel, in which I was able to find the person who ended up looting all of that stuff, and he was a pretty easy kill. I got all of the loot, and I left the motel and the abandoned houses with a ton of loot and very strong stuff for the end of the game. After looting up Motel, if you do have time before the storm closes in a little southeast, there's kind of like the umbrella shape on the map, and there will also spawn 2 more chests. At the Motel, like I said earlier, it has up to 6 chest spawns just scattered around the entire motel. Most of them are in the attic, so make sure to look up a little bit. As well, on the outskirts of the motel, there are 2 broken abandoned houses that spawn 2 more chests. On to the final location. Now this location is east from Salty Springs, and this is one of my most favorite places to land. Now since it is in Salty Springs, you would expect there to be a whole ton of people. I mean, Salty Springs is straight in the middle of the map, and there's at least always 2 to 3 people who land there. What's really awesome, if you do end up landing at this watchtower, usually a bolt action sniper will spawn there. For me, it spawns once in every 5, so you could easily pick off a few kills if you do land there and snipe. In the R formation of the houses, there are up to 5 chest spawns, including the watchtower in which we just looted, as well as it is right next to Salty Springs, so it's easy to go into Salty Springs and get some PvP. It is also in the middle of the map, so you don't have to worry about the zone being anywhere too far from you. You are typically pretty close to the zone, and it's not that big of a hassle. Here is the first house. It is just a typical abandoned house layout. I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys have seen every single one of these houses, so I don't need to explain too much. It is also very easy to get wood in this location since there are a whole ton of trees around. After looting all of these buildings, you will most likely have a shotgun. Never once, I don't believe I have ever not gotten a shotgun here. I mean, this is a pretty awesome chest route and one of my favorites. After looting up all of these, you could easily go into Dusty Divot. You could go over to Salty Springs, Fatal Fields. This is literally right in the center of the map, so you could go anywhere you feel like has the most PvP or you feel most comfortable with. This place is more of like a hit or miss, but you will always get at least 1 chest that spawns here unless you are super unlucky. But every time I land here out of all of these houses, I usually get 2 to 3 chests. If you are more of an aggressive player rather than a passive player, I highly recommend you choose this route rather than any of the others, since this is straight in the middle of the map and these houses don't have a whole ton of chests, but they do have good loot just for the start of the game. After looting up this attic in this house, I had a pretty beast loadout for the end of the game, and I believe I actually did end up winning this match with, I believe it was 10 to 11 kills. I'm pretty sure the clip is in the end of the video, which you will be seeing. But my porta fort ended up drawing a bunch of attention, in which somebody actually tried to rush me and I just kind of outplayed them. Anyways guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to leave a like. Also subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you have any chest routes you would like to share with anybody, make sure to comment them down below, and I might even make another episode to this type of video showcasing your guys' routes. I will definitely be trying all of them out on my own. Out of all of these chest routes, let me know how many you use all the time rather than just knowing about them and never using, because some people may know about these and not realize how overpowered some of them may be. Anyways guys, don't forget to leave a like on today's video. Also subscribe if you guys are new. Make sure to comment down any chest routes you guys would like to see in the next or future videos, and I will see you guys next time.